Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the 60th session of PL-300 Power BI Data Analyst Associate exam under Data Days 2026 project organized by Microsoft. And these sessions are organized by Azerbaijan Data and AI community. So let me share my screen and let's get started. Okay, so as I mentioned a little bit earlier, this is all sessions under 60 days of data and AI powered by community uh, under this project. So, and it's my last session related to PL-300 exam. They, before getting introducing myself and starting uh, talk about the topic that I'm going to cover, I would like to give a little bit info about this event. It started as of 15th of June, and some sessions are going to happen. So you can get the necessary info from aka.ms/database website. And this is once again the last session organized by Azerbaijan Data and AI community. My name is Ilgar Zarbaliyev. I'm Microsoft Data Platform and M365 MVP. I spent most of my time helping communities adopt modern data and AI technologies. If you would like to connect or follow my work, you can find me on LinkedIn, just typing Ilgar Zarbaliyev. And also, actually, it's written here. And also, you can join to my Meetup group and just you can look for Azerbaijan Data and AI Community Meetup group, and you will, find my Meetup group where more than 2,800 of people just, gather together. So let's dive into today's topic. So today I'm just going to talk about performance analytics in Power BI using DAX. Actually, I will demonstrate one case study, real case, where I will be applying one of the most important DAX functions called earlier. So I will cover application of earlier DAX function. I will demonstrate how to classify old or constant or new clients. And of course, I will visualize that. Everything is related to PL-300 exam. So it does work to give a little bit information about the structure of this exam. As you may see from the screen, this exam covers four main domains. So these are just preparing data using Power BI that takes 25 to 30%. And the second domain is about the model data using Power BI. It also takes 25 to 30% of the exam questions. The third part is visualize and analyze data using Power BI. It also takes 25 to 30%. And last part or domain of this PL-300 exam is managing and securing Power BI that takes 15 to 20% of questions. It's demo time. Before just say starting our demo, I would like to share my some resources that is related to these sessions. So first of all, let me actually, yeah, sorry for the case. So I'm going to type uh, uh, I'm going to type the necessary links. And also, I see one question in the YouTube from Shalwar Zahan. Yes, my answer is yes. Yeah, this is the last, session. And here, first of all, I'm pasting my Udemy course link that is test about PL-300. Here also, I'm uh, providing you with the voucher code that will enable you to use this test free of charge, right? And then I'm going to you know paste one link that will help you to download all today's sessions materials, right? And also, I'm going to provide you with the link for my Meetup group. I kindly ask you just to join to my Meetup group. And also, I would be very happy to see you as a subscriber for my YouTube channel. Last but not least, I'm going to share my newsletter that is called Data and AI Horizons, where you can find the necessary, you know, articles related to Power BI and other Fabric workloads that can be useful in your daily, application, daily usage, right? And now it's time to give a little bit info about the data set that I'm going to use. I'm going to use the same sample retail transactional data set in Excel format. So here I have my D stores, D products, right? The customers dimensional table, and also I have my F sales fact table. I'm not using F purchasing and F expenses fact tables, and based on this date, that is for selling date and shipping date, based on these dates I have built my calendar, right? So that I'm using this data set, and based on data set, I'm going to, you know, just demonstrate how to build this kind of, analysis just for old and, new client classification. So here we can see that these green ones are our old, clients, and this one are our new clients. For example, it's very useful to make analysis. For example, for August 2017, just we can look for the reasons why. For example, in these months we have more, old clients, but in the next months we don't have the necessary old clients, so it means that most probably we do not serve our clients well. It can be the reason, so it's very important for marketing perspective, right? So of course, and you will find from the link also our study file. This is our study file. Let me move that one. And here, let me also, just close that one. And here, you can find our client segmentation study file, right? Okay. And we can make our analysis. So uh, let's do it together. So let me also once again open it. Now I'm going to, yeah, sorry. Okay, but before getting started, I would like to give one information. I mean, a little bit information. So first of all, let's go to our table view and let's select our F sales fact table. Actually, it would be very great to go back and to refresh our data set from report view from transform data. So Power Query editor window is opening, and let's refresh via data source settings our data set. So let's select this one and say change source, right? And let's click on browse and let's select this data set and say okay and close. I can say refresh all, and it's going to be refreshed, and I can make close and apply. That's it. So let's go to table view and F sales. So here, first of all, we can select this date and shipping date, and let's change their format to this one. So we would like to keep it a little bit, short, right? Okay. Now, I'm going to add one calculated column. Actually, when we have a huge data set, it's not good idea to add calculated column. But uh, if some analysis requires it, so it's better to apply, calculated column approach just to perform your analysis, right? So let's do it. Okay. So here, first of all, we would like to understand the required analysis. Our manager wants to define our customers. Just they want to know that customer is old one, or I mean returning customer, or just new customer. So if the difference in days between last and previous selling or shopping dates are less than or equal to uh, 30, 65 days, in this case, the customer is returning customer, constant customer. In other words, old customer. Otherwise, it's new customer, right? So let's add one new, column, calculate column, and let's call it first shopping date. And here we are going to use minimum function and if sales date and say closing parentheses, enter. And let's change data type to date and also format. Let's follow this format. And here we see only one date, right? So let me just filter my customer. Let me select customer one, and it's going to be, 1st of January 2016. Actually, this is the first shopping date in throughout the entire data set, right? Even if I'm going to change customer 1 into customer 10, this remains the same. So let me go back and say, okay. So here we see that customer 1 has made two-time shopping. First in 5th of January in 2018, and the second one it's 11th of June. So actually here we can sort ascending, just to sort, the shopping dates. Here we are interested in, 5th of June. So the actually first shopping date of, of each customer, right? So I'm coming here. Actually, if I add calculate, this is another, uh, DAX function that is used for filter context, and say enter, and it's not going to work. So we see this kind of, error message. In this case, I'm going to use calculate function with my just say a filter function. So here I'm going to say filter, and my table is going to be my sales table, F sales table. And of course, as my customer one is selected, I'm going to do it manually. So say customer, F sales customer equals between double quotes, customer one, closing parentheses and enter. And here I started seeing the necessary, dates, 5th of January. So this one, okay? So now it makes sense. If I change customer 1 to customer 10, actually the previous or first tracking date in this case is 21st of January, right? But I see this one, 5th of January. That is valid for customer 1. So here, for this kind of stuff, I need to make this first tracking date dynamic. For this purpose, I can use earlier function. So let's use that function. So here, instead of this one, I'm going to say earlier F sales customer. Okay. And one more closing parenthesis, enter. And let's see what we get. And this time we get 21st of January, which is correct, right? If I change it to customer one, we'll see the necessary changes. 5th of January, which is correct, right? Okay. For now, we do a good stuff. But actually, if we see, for example, uh, any customer that has done, more than 2 times shopping, this formula will give us the first, uh, shopping date for each customer. Actually, we are interested in previous shopping date. For example, 15th, 11th of June is the last shopping date for customer one. And 5th of January is the previous one. Once again, if this customer one has done 3 times shopping, and this formula in first shopping date would give us the minimum, the first starting shopping date. So here we need some, just, I mean, some changes, right? So first of all, what I'm just going to do, I'm going to change this first into previous, right? And here I'm going to add one more criteria or condition saying that uh, saying that double ampersand um, if sales date is just must be less than earlier function here is also used if sales date, right? Closing parentheses, and let's say yes, now it works, and okay. Yeah, we get this one. Once again, here we could see another result if this customer one had 3 shopping dates. So it means that we have to change minimum to maximum function, right? So it will give always the previous shopping date. So we have last date. In our case, it's 11th of June. And thanking to this formula, we would get 5th of January 2018 as a previous shopping date. Okay. If I go, for example, to customer 10 and say, okay, now we see these, results, which is pretty correct, right? So now it's time here to calculate the difference between last and previous shopping dates. For this purpose, I'm going to add one new column saying that the difference between last and previous shopping dates. Actually, it's a little bit long name, but from name convention point of view, it's good. So we understand what we calculate. So here I'm going to use date diff function. For date one, I'm using previous shopping dates. And for date two, I'm going to use F sales date. And for interval, I'm going to use day and say, okay. Okay. So in this case, we have 402 days. If I change it to customer one, we'll see 157 day, right? Okay. Now it's time to define our customer, whether this customer one is returning customer or old customer, or it's new one. So if you pay attention to the difference between last and previous shopping dates, it's our returning customer because it's less than 365 days. We defined our new and old clients a little bit earlier, right? So here I'm going to add one more column, and I'm going to call this one constant or new customers or clients equals, I'm going to use basic if function and saying that if the difference between last and previous shopping dates less than or equal to 365, then it's going to be constant. Otherwise, it's going to be new and closing parentheses. So here, I see everywhere constant, right? But we know that when this customer one, started making shopping for the first time, it was our new client. So it means that, let me um, uh, enable my zoom it, right? Okay, run. Let me, okay. Now I hope I will be able to, okay, sorry. Yes, control one, okay. Unfortunately, okay, I don't, okay, now. Huh. Okay, so from here to here, actually I can use this one. So this should be new clients, right? But only this one can be just, let me tell you, our, constant one, right? So we need some modification. So let's do this modification. So here I'm going to add one more, criteria or condition, saying that double ampersand, it means and. So I'm saying that um, in this case, the difference between last and previous shopping dates actually also must be greater than zero, right? So say enter, and now we see new. It works perfect for now. That's it. We have one small issue here. For example, I checked customer 1 or customer 10. It works good. In every case, it's new client, right? For example, when customer 10 started making shopping, it was new client. But when he made one more shopping, the difference between last and previous shopping dates was more than 365. Again, it means this customer is a new one, right? But when we select these blank customers, we see new and constant ones. By the way, blank customers are those customers who do not use the necessary, discount cards, who has not been registered in our, database. So we can define um, blank customers like this. So it means that to get rid of or to hide, to be avoid from this, we have to add one more criteria here. So once again, I'm going to use if function in this case, and I'm saying that actually if sales customer must be different than blank. And let's see, yes, now it should work. Yes, now we don't see any, customer. Blank customer. Let's go back to customer 1. Now it works again perfectly. So we have made the necessary calculation, just adding some new calculated columns in F sales table. This is our fact table. And also we have applied some DAX functions like calculate, filter, if, and earlier. Okay, now it's time to clear all filters. And let's go back to our report view. Let me save also this one. And I'm selecting this visual. Now I would like to add some legends, to these columns to understand which part, sales part, has been done by which client. So for this purpose, from F sales, I'm dragging and dropping constant and new clients here. Sorry. If we pay attention, we can see blank, constant, new. Actually, I'm not interested in blank clients. So from filters on this visual, I'm selecting all and unchecking blank one. It would be very good to make some color changes here. While this application, the visual is selected, let me go format your visual. And from columns, let me select my new clients, this one, and I'm going to change this color to this one, right? Or I can select any color. For example, this one. Actually, it's not also this one. Actually, it's the same, right? So let's go with this one. And also I can change our constant clients. So let's say that it's going to be this one, right? Now it makes much more sense. So here also I can add my data labels, right? Okay. and I can make it vertical. Okay. But we forgot one thing. Actually, for this kind of stuff, it's always good to select stacked column chart. Now it makes much more sense. Okay. But I'm going to, first of all, hide these data labels. And I think that I have one more better virtual that can be used for this kind of analysis. This is 100% stacked column chart. Let me select this one because it makes much more sense, right? And also, what I can do from three ellipses, I can sort legend. For example, sort descending. So this one, this color, shows me uh, my old or returning customers. That is very useful for upcoming or for further analysis. For example, I can, just make the necessary analysis for this August 2017, saying that here I had a lot of returning customers, but here I have very small number of returning customers. So the reason is that I don't have better service. And for this case, I can add, my data labels. Now I can see all the necessary info with, just percentages in percentages. Okay. So actually, it brought us to the end of our session. And let me also check whether there are any questions or not. So Shalwardan asks that he wants to ask if, okay, joined at 14th of July. So have any issue with getting, okay, I don't have, you are going to have any issue with that. First of all, if you join to my Meetup group, actually, I have shared the link and I have sent the necessary, message. And I'm going to write my email address also here. And if you send me um, request, I can provide you 50% of PL-300 exam voucher. But if you attend other sessions related to DP 600, 700 exams or DP 800 exams sessions, you will have an opportunity to get a voucher. Just when you are, let me also share the direct link where you can apply. First of all, just use this link for further, exploration. You will find the necessary info there. And also, uh, there is, let me tell you, okay, let me find it. Okay. Actually, get Fabric or SQL certified for free. Yes. So this is for Fabric and SQL. You can just, fill this link. But anyway, for PL-300, I can help you. So just become member of my Meetup group and send me an email, and I will be very happy to help you to get a new voucher. So here I'm going to stop sharing. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your participation. I hope I could do something useful for you, and I wish you all the best. And once again, thank you very much for your time for joining to my sessions. And I'm going to continue to make some more videos related to PL-300, Power BI, and I kindly ask you to join to my YouTube channel and also Meetup group. See you in upcoming, say, in upcoming sessions. So thank you, and best of luck, love in your best of luck